a lot of focus on Iran. Another opportunity kind of handed to the world where the Iranian people on their own take to the streets. But what they're concerned about is that when they take to the streets, it's not that they want the U.S. to tell them what to do. It's that the U.S., they want that nuclear deal again so bad that they are willing to ignore a lot of these protests.
It's reminiscent of the 2009 protests, but we hope it's not the same conclusion, which was the Obama administration, Colonel Smith, saying basically to the protesters, stand down.
They failed the Iranian protesters in 2009. Hopefully that won't happen again. Right now, the protests are growing each day, according to reports. And now Iranian artists and celebrities and athletes are speaking out on behalf of the protesters. That is virtually unprecedented in this repressive state. Jake Sullivan, who now says that he can support verbally the Iranian demonstrators and also try to renegotiate the Iran nuclear deal. And that's impossible. That's a break from reality.
Let's play Jake Sullivan's statement about negotiations with Iran while these protests are going on.
The fact that we are in negotiations with Iran on its nuclear program is in no way impacting our willingness and our vehemence in speaking out about what is happening on the streets of Iran. We have, in fact, taken tangible steps to sanction those morality police who caused the death of Mahsa Amini.
Total nonsense, because I want you to listen to now the response of an Iranian citizen who is in the United States right now as basically a spokesperson for the people that are protesting. There's upwards of 1 million people is what they're thinking. And let's play Masih's statement.
You're a decent man, Jake Sullivan, when you condemn morality police and the brutality of the police who are killing people. I have a simple question. How come at the same time you're going to negotiate with the murderers?
They're talking about regime change here. That's what the people on the streets want, and we're trying to negotiate at the same time with them for a nuclear deal.
I just think it's the basic support of just saying, you know what, we're taking this off the table, and let's do everything possible right now to cripple that regime economically.
When this happened before, the government of the United States failed the people on the streets. How do we prevent that again? Because what Masih is saying is it's going to happen again based on the statements they're making.
The only way that we can support them now, other than, of course, our verbal support, is to stop what we're doing in the negotiations, because what President Biden has done already, he's quietly lifted a few sanctions as a token of goodwill. But the agreement specifies that if the Iranians will sign the new JCPOA, we will lift sanctions. Lifting those sanctions will allow two things to happen: for the nuclear weapons research and development to continue, and for the people to continue to be oppressed.
And Jake Sullivan kept reminding everybody they're still, they believe in nuclear diplomacy when it comes to Iran. That means two things. That means the Iranian regime stays in place. That means stability for the Ayatollah, because you can't cut a nuclear deal with a regime that's not stable. So how do they get stable? They get an influx of pallets of cash.